Hey, what's up? It's Autumn.
It's Katie.
And this is Seriously, What's Up? Hi.
Hi.
Are you alive today? What is going on? Do we need to start again?
No, I panicked. We're good. I don't know.
So much has happened.
I am back.
You have forgotten who you are.
Got a
Okay.
little stage fright. That was
Wow.
good.
Oh, wait. Sorry. We have a little... I don't want to say bet, like a little challenge. Apparently, there's this thought that I'm not going to be able to control my volume.
Oh, you've already,
Episode. I know, but I lost myself for a minute, but I'm bringing it
But I'm back.
the smooth sounds
I'm
of
back.
Sade. That's where we are today. That's the zone I'm trying to stay in.
I support it.
So we had a live episode.
We did. How'd you like it?
I hated it. It was stupid. I never want to do it again. I hate all these people. I don't want to connect to nobody.
Lies.
I don't even know why we doing this podcast.
Oh my God.
No, it was great. I really enjoyed it. It was different. It was certainly different. Listen, this is the thing, and these eyelashes are killing me right now today.
Yeah.
I have glued them a little too close to the corner.
Oh, no.
And so now it wants to stick to my lower lash, which is weird.
Does it like
It's bugging me out. So it's like my eyes like it's like half.
things to
look.
put on the checklist before we go on camera live? The corner of the eye,
So now everybody's gonna watch
eyelash.
this entire episode
Just you.
as I'm like rubbing my eye over in the corner, and it's always just a
That's okay. At least your hair looks beautiful.
It does, thank you.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Actually, I was really upset today because
Why?
it's doing this weird, like frizzy thing here at the end. I was trying to curl it.
Oh,
And
it
it's
looks
like,
fine?
yeah, well, it's being hidden a little bit.
well, at
by
least
the mic.
We're just gonna fight with our hair then all day because it's one of those days. I got back
Your hair
from
is crazy
doing.
too.
I mean, it's later in the day that we're doing this, but I swear, like today was just not gonna work for the hair. So it just is what it is.
Oh,
I don't
I
even
think it
care.
looks fine.
No, I
Looks
would.
good.
Remember, I would really enjoy shaving all of my hair off.
We've already talked about you're
Shelf
not able
head,
to
I
do
know,
that.
but
yeah. So stop talking
it
about
is a
things that are never gonna
genuine
happen.
thing that I wish I could do. How was your week? Otherwise,
So otherwise, well, I mean, back to
Live.
kind of back
Yeah,
to the live. No, actually, in all seriousness, I really enjoyed it, and
Me too.
I had a great time. And
The
I'm looking
interaction.
forward to, doing it again. So we had some little things that, of course, you're always like your hardest critic.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You're like, could be this, and this, and this, and this. I didn't feel like the lighting really captured the glow of my face.
we did
So-
have a thumbprint on the camera, which I thought was angelic looking. It gave us a glow, if you will. But we were like, what
like
is
a
that?
soft haze.
We put the two
The
most,
soft haze.
well, I am the most inept person when it comes to technology, but you were like, no, that's
yeah,
terrible. I'm like,
yeah.
it looks really good. It's
No,
all
no,
glowy.
I was
and
like, no, that is not.
it's a
crisp or
haze.
sharp
I
or
was like,
anything,
forget
but
it. So
we're gonna get it together.
Thumbprint.
We're gonna
So
get
you
it
don't see that thumbprint today.
No.
You're welcome.
More crisp, if you will. Crisp.
Crispy.
So otherwise, this week has been a little bit crazy. I finally am getting my. This is terrible. I'm finally getting my Christmas tree up and like I'm not a
sort of
Christmas
decorated.
person.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of talked about that a little bit in the episode that we talked about with kids. And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm failing as a parent. I just feel like there's so much unnecessary pressure that goes
Extra.
around Christmas
Yeah.
and the holidays and people feeling stressed about having to spend like $90 million in order to, just keep
I
up.
love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to prove my
Yeah.
love. I got
No.
to spend my entire life savings just to prove I love you every December. No. I don't love you that much.
Not that much.
Anyway, I'm just not huge on it.
Yeah.
And now my two oldest kids are technically and legally adults.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I got a 22-year-old and an 18-year-old. So it's really, Christmas is really just for the 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Now, and he's even in this space, like he ain't no Santa, and we just like pass all that.
Yeah.
He ain't doing the elf on the shelf. Like I'm just
No.
like,
It's a
listen,
great phase of
Amazon
life.
bringing your gifts. What do you want? Like
yeah.
just go
pick
open
it out.
the box.
Pick it out, and it's
Just go
over
open the
there.
box.
Yeah. I'm not wrapping
I don't even
it.
want to wrap it.
Nope.
But he did make me go. We went last night to Lowe's and we got a Christmas tree. And actually, which is crazy, the tree was 50% off. So
Dang.
I got a $300 tree for $150.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
hyped.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine what it's going to be after Christmas.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
probably
like
gonna be
75%,
$2.
80%. But it looks really good for those that are
Thanks.
wondering. It looks really cool.
Thanks.
Really cute.
It really does. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's pre-lit and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
don't
So,
have to-
so I don't have time for
Easy
any of
peasy.
that.
Ditto. I have
Yeah.
a pre-lit tree too, and it's also not a real tree.
Yeah, artificial.
I'm not doing that. I got cats. Like that's not happening.
I did want a 1 year do a tree.
Just a live one.
But you know what? A live one. But
Yeah.
you know why I think so? Because I think I watched too many Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that's a part of like love and like, I'm in this fantasy fairy tale that I want to do a live tree. Fool, please stop it. You ain't got time for none of that.
That is work.
Yeah, it's got to be
That
watered.
is a commitment. Mine would be dead in like 4 days. Yeah,
I don't even keep plants alive, so
I barely
a live tree is probably a bad idea.
water my children, let alone a tree.
From a trough?
Yeah, no.
The children being watered in a trough.
I found that my word choice was not
the best?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, they sound like wild barn animals.
No, they eat like that.
That's true.
God. Anyway.
So anyways, aside from that, how has your week been? Everything's been good?
No, it's been stressful.
Oh, yeah. Well, you did have anxiety before you got here.
Oh
this
my
morning.
gosh, I'm over it. There's just been a lot. School's a lot.
God,
Like
yeah.
it's coming to an end. This will be the end of this degree, on to the next one. It's
Okay.
just, but it's like,
Well, I mean, that's good.
like I got a paper due at midnight tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be multitasking. You should
I
have your
did.
computer
I
up
thought-
right now
just-
and be typing as we podcast.
Could
That
you
would be
imagine?
good. That would be awesome. if
That
you
would
could
be
do that.
really, really.
Yeah.
No, it would not happen.
You would be
for
a
me.
G.
No.
Yeah, I would actually pay you
No.
for your services if you could do something like that.
I might work on that. Yeah.
Okay.
No, so
Mrs.
stressed. Yeah,
Talent.
that's. Yeah. And I've been off for 2 weeks, like,
That's
a
nice.
little bit over 2 weeks, and it's just coming to an end. And you know how that, like,
Makes you sad?
yeah, and you're like,
Yeah.
ooh, and then you got to gear up for that new mindset
Yeah.
of going back in, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in that space too.
Oh.
Everything's coming due, going back to work. Kids are still doing the virtual school nonsense, so it's been like a lot of just.
I think you've made a lot of good life choices.
I'm here. What can I say?
that sarcastically.
Well, I'm here. I'm here.
Step one
That's
is
it.
showing up.
Yeah.
That's
Being in the
step
moment.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So other than that, not too bad. Not too bad. So you're ready for Christmas with your
I'm not,
decorations.
actually.
That's okay.
But here's the thing. I did make a decision. I don't know if I told you this or not. I did make a decision this year. So again, because I'm in a space where my kids are, the two of them are adults now.
Yeah.
So all that whole, like, we got gifts piled to the moon. We done with that. Like,
yes.
that's over.
Yeah.
So I was asking them, like, what's on your list? And you know, I'll buy like one or two like really nice things that they want that they would not
Right.
necessarily buy for themselves.
Yeah.
So, you know, if that's like for my daughter, you know, a nice pair of boots or something like that. And then my son has, you know, he just bought a car, so he think he's somebody, but you know, whatever. So, you know, if he wanted maybe something like for his car or whatever.
Yeah, some accessory or thing that he
Yeah.
could. Yeah.
So that you know, it's a little bit pricey and you wouldn't necessarily do for yourself. But then I decided, obviously, you know, COVID and small businesses and things like that. So I told them I'm only buying from Black-owned businesses.
Oh,
this
very
year.
cool.
So if you can't find it from somebody who's Black-owned, you ain't getting it. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know, what I mean, whatever that is, whether
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
clothing, whether it's, you know, candles, skincare, hair stuff, like whatever.
Yeah.
That's where we're doing this this Christmas. So.
Very cool.
You know, so we'll support the community, but also give them a little something,
Yeah.
and you know, we'll keep it moving. But
Very
you
cool.
know, yeah,
I like it.
So we done narrowed that right down. You ain't getting nothing from Nike.
See what you did there.
Yeah, you ain't getting nothing from like all these big because you know what? Here's the thing: they're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
gonna be fine.
And
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So the small businesses are what really needs it this year.
Yeah.
And you know, in our community, we need it. So
Yeah,
we're
for
just
sure.
going to go ahead and put that out there. That's what
Very cool.
our plan is this
Yeah,
year. So
I like it.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
That's the Christmas
Sweet.
spirit this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yep.
That's all I got. So they need to get out because Christmas is what, like
A week and a half?
No, not
No.
even a week.
Oh.
Or maybe it's a week. It's like a week. A week and a few days.
It's 2 weeks
Where's
and a
the-
day.
Are you sure about
It's
that?
the 13th. Yeah.
It's
10,
well, this
11,
when
12.
we
whatever. It's soon.
okay.
Yeah. It's coming up.
We'll get our countdown back.
Yeah.
We'll figure out what we're doing later. All right. So anyway, today.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that's also okay. So this topic was really kind of inspired by a lot of events that are happening in my life right now. None of which I'm going to get into today.
It's fair.
In order
It's
to
fair.
protect the innocent and the guilty. You know what's so fun? Okay, side note really quick because my mind is moving in 1,000 different directions. I interact with people on a regular basis now, and they always go, "Don't put me in your podcast." Or they go, "Is this gonna be? Is this gonna be?"
We're gonna talk about this?
No, they go like, I swear, I promise you, if I hear this conversation in your podcast,
Come up.
somebody did
Yeah.
call me. They recognized the story.
Ooh.
Listen,
Which
it was,
one? 'Cause there was a
listen,
lot.
This one, platypus,
Oh.
spaghetti with noodles.
Oh.
Homie, I love you.
Yeah.
He called me and was like, "For real? Is that how I sounded?" I was like, "Yo, that's how you sounded." And he was like, "Seriously? You know what? That's why I'm not supporting you." I said, "Oh, well, that's kind of ugly."
Well, that is ugly. You're famous.
He did. Hey, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well,
I'm famous.
infamous.
Infamous would probably
no,
be.
he's now infamous.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I didn't say his name.
Yeah,
At
no,
least-
you just.
I said nobody else knows it's you, but you.
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah. And
That's
you.
it.
Yeah.
They don't know it's you. So I was like, but yes, that's how you sounded.
Oh.
So a lot of people, they go, is this going to wind up on your podcast? I actually
Yeah.
went on a date earlier this week, and he asked me, was she going to
you're
be
like,
on the podcast? And I was like,
maybe.
I mean, if you're podcast worthy.
Yeah. If you're podcast.
I'm just kidding.
worthy.
I'm just kidding, sweet. I'm just kidding. He's probably like, this mother.
This
Yeah,
mother.
look, if you're podcast worthy, I don't know.
Yeah. That's how you know is if you are podcast
Yeah,
worthy. If
yeah,
you get mentioned,
you're on
then
it.
you're good to go.
If you're not, well,
Forget it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then, you
Yeah.
know, forgettable.
Yeah.
Instead
super forgettable
instead of
unforgettable.
unforgettable.
Yeah. No.
That's
no.
terrible. I also am kidding. I'm not getting a second date.
There's not a text, no call, no nothing. Done.
I'm not getting a second date.
Oh my god.
Awkward. I'm gonna call you later.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
All jokes. Anyway, but wow, I forgot.
That was a
That was
tangent.
a tangent.
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of things that have been going on recently, and they have all kind of like forks in the road, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
right? Trying to make decisions of whether to go left or whether to go right, and really trying to balance out not only what I really want to do versus what I really actually feel like I can do. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's can be a difference between the two of those
Yeah.
things. But why, and what is the factor that is kind of pushing me in one direction or the other? And what it really has kind of come down to is, I think, the opinions of other people.
Yeah.
I mean, we tend to really be super concerned and focused on what is so and so, or what entity, what is they,
Yeah.
like whoever the infamous they is,
Yeah.
right?
What are
whether
they
it's
gonna
your
think?
family, whether it's work, whether it's your friends, whether it's whoever, what are they gonna say?
Yeah.
And we live a lot of our life based on they.
Yeah. And not always consciously.
Right.
Like, a lot of times it's the
Right.
unconscious or the subconscious that just we don't
Automatic.
just our automatic response to saying yes or saying no or moving in a different space than just, oh man, what am I obviously, we always put some thought to it, but yeah,
Right.
some of that's just automatic.
So in with that
Yeah.
is kind of, because ultimately what that boils down to is fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It ultimately boils down to fear. And so it's like the fear of other people or the opinions of other people. What in your life would you do if you were completely free of the opinions of others?
Yeah.
Like, what in your life would you do?
Change, do,
but also
past.
in retrospect.
Yeah.
Now that we're older and you can look back on your life and the decisions that you made or didn't make, like the things that you did or didn't do, and how much of that was based on truly, me, I didn't think that I was ready, or that was the thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Versus I didn't do it because, man, I was like, yo, this isn't going to make sense for my family, my parents, my this, my that's, my others, and I really wish that I had done that. I really wish that I had not done that.
Yeah.
And so that's what this episode is about. It's about living for the opinions of others.
Yeah.
And the good, because here's the other part about that. There's good to that too.
Oh, yeah,
right?
for sure.
It reins us in.
Yeah.
So that we
Yeah.
don't go completely rogue.
Ridiculous.
Also, that we just
Yeah.
off the rails doing whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of held us accountable to a certain,
Yeah.
extent. But how much of that is good and how much of that is not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. There's a lot there.
there's a lot there.
Yeah.
So just off the top of your head, is there anything that immediately comes to mind? And it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be current.
Yeah.
Anything that immediately comes to mind of something in the past that with 100% certainty, I did this or I didn't do this because I was concerned about somebody's opinion.
Yeah, I think right off the jump, like the first thing that comes to mind is when I graduated high school, I was and not for any other reason. I was just felt like I was pushed in a direction to go to college. Like it was required almost, but not from a stance of, I don't know. I just think everybody else felt I was ready to go, and I was absolutely not ready to go. Like
mentally,
intellect wise, absolutely.
Okay.
Like I was there, I was good. I was a straight A student through high school, but I lacked a lot of adult behavior, right? Like I didn't know how to take care of myself in a sense of like responsibility.
You weren't ironing your own clothes.
No,
You
like
were not doing your own laundry.
I was obviously I was living at home up until I graduated high school. But a lot of those things were taken care of for me. Now I had my responsibilities, my chores and stuff, but I didn't know how to handle my finances.
Chores.
I know chores.
You're a senior in high school. I have to go home and do my chores.
I have chores. I had, I had summer jobs, like I had, employment and stuff like that, but it was still not a lot of responsibility. I didn't know how to take care of myself financially. I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know how to take care of those kind of things. And then I go to college and it was like, there's no rules, right? Like there's no adults. Nah.
Okay.
So, my grades suffered, my direction suffered.
I didn't
have any vision for like it was somebody else's vision. And so that was kind of living for the opinion or the what I should do perspective from that.
Well, okay, so then let me ask you this. Was there a moment that you wanted to tell your parents? You wanted to tell the they, and we'll be nice today, and you can decide whether or not you want to say who the they was.
Well, it wasn't, it wasn't my
that's
parents.
what I was going to say. I'm not going to assume it was your parents. Maybe it was your grandparents, or it could have been other people. But were you? Did you feel like you wanted to tell they, whoever they were, this isn't what I wanted to do?
Absolutely.
But you didn't.
Yeah, and I didn't. I didn't for the sake of. Growing up respecting your elders and thinking that they probably knew better. Because in my heart, it was like, I don't want to do this, but I didn't know why I didn't want to do it, right? Like at 18, I couldn't go, ooh, I'm not ready for all this, all this worldliness and stuff. Right. I didn't know what that looked like or how to make that make sense to somebody else. I was just like, somebody's telling me to do it. I'm going to move in that direction, and I'm going to trust they know what's best for me.
Okay.
I think that...
how'd that work out for you?
Yeah. It didn't.
How'd that go? Okay.
I mean, lessons learned, right? Like there was still a lot to learn from all of that. And it definitely put me in a path that I don't know that I would have otherwise chosen. I mean, it ended up putting me in the military at some point. So it was a lot of things, but if I could go back and go, you know what, this wasn't probably the best choice. I don't know what that would have been. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it was.
You would have taken a whole different path. You don't even know what that other path looked like.
Well, and this may be same or like a similar story for a lot of folks is I wanted to get out of the space that I was in. Yeah. My town, my hometown. Like it just wasn't where I felt like I was going to stay for the rest of my life.
Okay.
And it wasn't because it was a bad place. It just wasn't where I was going to stay. Right. I just knew that I wasn't going to be there. Right. So I think it was the push out the door, but I don't like if I could. I don't know what I would have done. Or what I thought I should have done. Yeah. I don't know what would have given me the same experiences or whatnot, but I wish I would have felt more empowered to say what I needed to say.
Right. To kind of think through those processes. I think, and in that regard, I will say this, especially because when you're young, when you're not, I think you used the right word, empowered. When you're not empowered to dream, when people kind of say this is the option, you don't even explore anything else. Yeah. And so, maybe that's kind of the point. If somebody is telling you this is the path, this is the path, this is the path, this is the path, then you don't even bother wasting your time trying to figure out any other path because that's the path. So that's interesting. And it's something that actually kind of came up. My son just enlisted in the Marines. Yeah. And Lord Jesus, help me. My motherly heart. I'm proud of him, but my motherly heart. So anyway, he just enlisted in the Marines, but I've always known that my son was not somebody that enjoyed college or school. It's been a battle. It's been a struggle, right? So knowing that, I felt like I would be setting my son up for failure by only insisting that be the path.
Was the only thing.
That's the only path for you. Yeah. So seeing early on, this ain't really his thing. Yeah. I tried to give him other options earlier to get him to explore and that he wouldn't feel bad, right? Because I think that comes into like, if I don't do this and it's not.
Yeah, that guilt or that shame or that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, what about vocational schools? What about this? What about that? Like, you know what I mean? Like we tried to talk about other options of things that he could potentially do for that very reason. So he obviously ended up choosing the Marines, which works for him. But so
Yeah.
Interesting that you said I didn't have any other thought process.
And now it's funny that you're bringing that up because that makes because it's something I've been struggling with my eldest.
Yeah.
Is I feel like I'm doing the same thing to him that my grandparents were doing to me, like pushing him in that direction. So,
check yourself, Mom.
Yeah, now
check yourself before you wreck yourself.
and not. I think we base everything on like our experiences. So in now looking back at it, God, I hate this show sometimes. Anyway,
it's good for you.
It's like therapy. God, I already do that. Anyway,
it's good for you.
Thanks.
This is exciting.
Deepak Chopra.
Oh.
Anyway, yes. So in reflecting now, some of the things that I didn't have in going to college was the financial aspect. I had to rely on scholarship and other funds, whereas my son does not.
Right.
And so it was like, hey, you don't have to worry about this. Now's the time to go. Don't be 38 and back in school like I am now.
Right.
And then it's like, but maybe he's built the same as you. Are you stupid? Like maybe he needs something else.
Maybe he wants to do something else.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. And we shouldn't measure it by anything else.
Other people's opinions.
Yeah. Damn it.
You're welcome. Look at that.
I'm gonna go now. I gotta leave.
And the show is over.
That was I didn't anticipate that coming up. But that literally college isn't the benchmark measurement that we should be looking at on success. God.
But you know what? There's so do you need a second? Do you need to pause for a minute?
No.
So I'm going to tell you what mine is.
That's good.
Okay. So mine was really kind of this whole linear line of college, marriage, children.
Yeah.
Okay? Like this American dream thing. College, job, obviously. College, job, marriage, children. Like that was really the only option.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as you're going to take a year off and go travel around the world, or you're going to do this or you're going to do that, right? But in actuality, like that's who I am and that's what I enjoy. At 42, I realized like that's what
what you enjoy.
I really like doing that. And but I didn't even really, I knew that I was, restless makes me the wrong word for it. I felt suffocated. In a lot of ways. Yeah. I did what I was told to do a little bit. There was some rebellion.
Of course,
clearly
that's
I
natural.
was a 19-year-old single mother, so I sort of kind of did some things out of order, maybe a few.
It's all right.
But even in that, I tried to course correct back towards what I was told to do. Hence the reason why I got married to my first husband, which was a bad decision. If you saw the divorce episode.
Within 12 hours.
Please go back and look at it, because that's a humdinger. Okay. But I tried to course correct, but clearly way out of whack.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the only thing that I was focused on is, this is the thing. This is what they say I'm supposed to be doing. This is what they say that my life is supposed to look like.
Right.
But if I had kind of blazed my own trail or kind of gone my own way, I think my life would have looked very differently.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing about it. I think that I probably would not have been so hurtful to as many people because, not that I was using people, but you end up kind of like not authentically giving yourself or being engaged with people, because I'm doing this for like
what's
image
expected
and what's supposed to happen
and what everybody thinks it should look like
versus what I really want to be doing. And that's not fair to the people that you're engaging with either. So, that would be my biggest thing, is that I probably would have not gotten married as soon as I did.
Yeah.
And I think that I probably would have lived a very kind of, more like bohemian type lifestyle, like a little bit more like just kind of like lifestyle.
By the cup.
Like, let's see what happens. Yeah. Let's just kind of, because that's my personality. My personality, I'm not super like high strung about things. I'm like,
go with the flow.
Yeah, just see what happens. You know what I mean? Let's wing it. Let's just pick a trip. We don't even got to get the hotel together. We'll figure it out when we get there. Like, I'm good with that. But that was frowned upon.
Well, and here's the thing, and you say frowned upon, but I think that that's so much bigger than just like our family structure. That's frowned upon societal.
Right.
Like that's, it's not okay to live that way per everybody else's perspective.
Right. You're irresponsible.
Yeah, you're being ridiculous, or you're not planning for the future, and you're not doing this, that, or the other, and it's just like, okay.
And I found myself. Listen, I'm gonna throw you a bone here.
Oh, good. I'm excited. Look, my hands are out.
Your hands are out. Okay, so you kind of played into that with your son.
Yeah.
But I think in actuality, we all have played into that, right?
Yeah.
I have found myself doing that to other people as well.
Right.
Being like, you want to do what?
Yeah.
That don't make sense. That's blah, blah, blah. Now, some stuff really don't make sense.
Right,
Like, you know what I
right.
mean? Like,
Or it's
if
a
you got-
safety issue,
Yeah,
or-
some stuff is
yeah.
ridiculous. You know what I mean? You got 3 kids and you talking about you want to quit your job.
Yeah.
And freaking, I don't know, like sell lemonade at the end of your driveway. That's a dumb ass thing
Sounds
to do.
blissful, by the way. If I could do that, I would.
Your kids ain't going to eat.
Absolutely. They will have lemonade, my friend. That is all right.
Lemon zest.
Guess what my kids don't like? No, I'm just kidding.
Lemon on their grass, 'cause that's all they're going to get. These grass clippings out in the front yard, because y'all ain't going to be able to eat. So, no, but some stuff is like, yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, people who have the nerve, and I say the nerve or the audacity to do something that's against the grain.
Yeah.
And we all kind of secretly envy them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, secretly we're like, like it's grinding us, like, damn it. But outwardly we're like, oh, you're so irresponsible.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I'm
How
doing
could
this
you do
thing.
that?
Or da 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 da. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We're like really judgy towards those people. So I think there's a lot of bravery that goes into it.
for
And
sure.
kudos to them. Who are able to kind of overcome the theys, the
Yeah.
opinions of the theys.
Yeah.
And do what they feel like they were born to do.
Yeah. And you look at how when you actually look at it without that judgment lens or that, the opinionated
judgy
lens.
eyes.
Yeah. When you look at it for what it is and what they're doing and who these people are, they are truly fulfilled
Yeah.
in every
Yep.
aspect of their life. And
Yep.
everything fits the way it's supposed to for them because they are pressing into that dream.
Yeah.
There's a couple, or there's a family that we follow because we camp a lot and we have an
Okay.
RV and stuff like that. And they literally are able to remotely work for their careers,
Oh,
their
nice.
jobs.
Yeah.
So they decided, guess what? We're not going to wait till a what if
Till we retire.
until then.
Yeah.
Until we're going to experience this world with our kids. And they literally packed up everything, sold their house. They have an RV and a truck, and they've gone anywhere and everywhere, and they podcast and they YouTube
Nice.
to kind of supplement and
Yeah.
to also show people that it can be done.
Right.
That it's not just a wait till whenever or okay, maybe tomorrow. It's
Right.
like, if you can, make it happen.
Right.
And it doesn't matter.
And it's possible.
And it's fun. And
See?
it's enjoyable.
Look how many things you could actually do if you were free from the opinions of others.
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
actually getting like a little bit like strengthened myself in this because
Inspired.
yes, because obviously my decision making process this week has been very much surrounded around the theys and am I strong enough? And here was the other conversation that we kind of had is that there's certain things that I think I pride myself on, and one of those things is my strength and being able to kind of push past certain things and being like, and gaining some perspective that doesn't that is not surrounded or by fear, that it's not saturated with fear, but kind of putting that to the side, being brave,
bold, brave, yes,
bold is a good word,
yeah.
being really bold and courageous in that way. And this week I found myself kind of cowering in some places, thinking, oh my God, this is what's going to come from this. Am I strong enough to face that? Am I big enough to face that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can. And so something that I feel like I really want or that would really be good for me, that I'm like debating it as to whether or not I should even pursue that or go in that direction.
Yeah.
And it's all based off of they.
Yeah.
And so, like, maybe like the hell with that.
Yeah, yeah. And it's
I'm
scary.
gonna be like in the RV in the podcast.
Yes.
Be just doing it and be like, I can do what I want to do.
Yeah. And knowing that it's not about right or wrong. It's just it's about what is best for you, not what's best for everybody else. This is it. We only got one shot. That's it. Whew.
Do not miss your chance to it's my opportunity.
Nope.
I missed that one.
That's
Damn
Eminem.
It, I missed that.
That was
opportunity.
Eminem.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Eminem. 8 Mile or something.
Yeah. Lose yourself
Shoot.
in
Yes.
the music, the moment. You better own it. Don't ever let it go.
Oh.
You get one shot.
Do not
One
miss
shot.
your chance to
Do not miss your chance to blow.
Oh, blow. This opportunity
Comes once in a lifetime.
Yo!
Oh.
I did have that one. Yay! Look at that. It just took a minute to get
That's
there.
all right. We got there.
All right.
We got
Well,
you.
yeah, that's the
We got
theme
there.
music for
That was
this
good.
week.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it should be.
I actually kind of like that. That is true.
That's my go-to for
Yeah,
inspiration.
yeah.
Especially when hard stuff comes up, Don't don't hold fast to what everybody else thinks that you should do, right? Like, just, you have one shot at this life. You have one shot at doing what makes you happy. We're going to make mistakes. That's part of it. And I'm inspired.
Good.
Yeah. I'm inspired to go have another conversation with my son, to be honest with you.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
It's about to be life-changing.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, who are you?
He's going to be like, wait, whoa, Mom.
I know.
Remember that, like, 3.5 years of talking about what colleges we're going to go look at this year? I think God dang it. So many epiphanies. I'm like,
now it's different.
I'm living vicariously through my kid because I didn't do it right the first time.
See,
holy hell.
Look at that. It's like bubbling. It's bubbling up.
I'm gonna go now.
To the surface. You can't go now. We're not done yet.
Dang it.
It's weird. We still have things. There's still things left to say.
Yeah, but like, for real, I mean,
So I think, okay, so I think if my look, I know, so that you can have a minute to collect yourself.
Thank God.
And your parenthood dreams. I don't know. I think that, again, that life, and that's something that I'm actually really pushing towards. And I think that that's the first step. Yeah. The first step is, and this is kind of like, because, obviously we try to give motivation. I think the first step is being honest with yourself that you are living for the opinions of others. Yeah. Because we try to brush it off or give it a different name, or say that this is something that maybe you really want to do or whatever because we don't want to be honest about the fact that we're fearful or that we really care about what other people think about us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But here's the other thing that I thought about. I'm like, these people they are not sitting at home thinking about you. No. Like, they are not sitting at home.
And if they are.
Yeah, well, that's a different story. But you know what I mean? And when it all comes down to when everything is said and done, you're the only one that's going to have to sit back and look back at your life and decide whether or not that was...
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. They are going to be off doing whatever it is that they decided to do for their life. Yeah. Yeah, they took a different turn. Yeah. And, here's another key thing that in my mind's eye, that I realized and saw a huge issue that happened in my life for living for the opinions of others. So I went through this phase of where friends and their opinions really mattered, in the sense of, like, I wanted to be the everybody's bestie. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wanted to be in the know and around everybody and going places and doing things and just being like everybody's bestie, the person that they called on for good times, for this, for that, for the other. So I overly extended myself in that direction, right? Now, I was married at the time. I was married and I had kids at the time. And so I think that was probably a very unbalanced relationship, as far as, like, my family should have been first. And I was really putting my friends first. Yeah. And I created this, like, well, they are my family and you're not this and that, and they are part of this, and why can't you, kind of accepting and kind of welcoming that. So I went all out for these people, right? All out. They called me, like, let's go. I'm like, I'm going. I'm in it. Yeah. Like, I got it. I'm loyal. I'm ride or die. I'm all these different things, right? So I'm living trying to please them and their opinion of me and what they think and need of me, right? Yeah. Okay, like, half these fools that got married and done all kind of stuff, and I ain't heard nothing from them, right? Nothing. Because they were going like, oh no, well, this is how I want my. So I did all that, think for them and think for the theys, and thinking, and it cost me. Yeah, I'm the one that's now got to answer for it. They don't got to answer for that. They didn't have to answer for the fact that I decided to get up and leave my household, to go be with them or to do this and the other. But when it became their opportunity to do something for themselves, to do something for the quality of their life, they didn't pick Autumn. Yeah. They didn't pick me. Yeah. It was not an equal they. I was not their they. No. They were like, no,
yeah.
boo.
Yeah.
I'm doing
what
this. Yeah. Right? So I started realizing, you know what I mean? Trying to live to please other people or to make other people happy, or what they think of me, or how they're going to view me, whether I'm fun or interesting or, worthy or whatever the case may be. Yeah. It's like, I'm the one that's got to live with the consequences of whatever these decisions are, whether they're good, like whether I decide to do it or I don't decide to do it. And, but it is a challenge. It is a challenge. And I think part of the challenge is we're social beings. Yeah. We very much want to belong and be a part of things.
Yeah. And it's finding like-minded people to surround yourself with. So if it's a matter of, hey, I respect that about you, and I also need you to respect that about me, but also that we're not friends with judgments or opinions, then it does, like, those are the kind of people you want to start surrounding yourself with. And I think as we've both gotten older, we've definitely figured that out.
Yeah.
So we've been doing
Yeah.
that. But yeah, when you stop and realize how much of that we still do, even though we are talking about it today,
Yeah.
and how much of it is still very much a big part of our life.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
actively doing it this week as we speak. Actively doing it.
Yeah.
Even though we're sitting here going, don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't live for the opinions of others. Why I secretly live for the opinions of others.
All the time. Yeah. Well, I think you look at it from that aspect of driving your life. I think when you talk about like walking out of the house wearing something crazy, or you walk out, some things I just don't give a crap about, right? Like I'm going to wear my fuzzy Crocs to the grocery store and you ain't going to say nothing about it because I don't care,
right.
But then you talk about like life choices and it's like
the quality of your life and what the landscape of your life actually looks like, right? Where you're going to move, whether you're going to this, where you're going to that. You know? I really, I wanted to make this big, huge move this year about, actually to a different state in a place that I really love. And, so many people had opinions about it. And they're like, oh, this, you don't do that. Have you thought about this and your career and the kids and this and that? And instead of telling me all the reasons that it could work, because it can. People are doing it every day. Every day. It's completely possible.
Yes.
It's not like this is some crazy far-fetched thing that is like no one has ever heard of. But these opinions put fear in you, and they make you think that you're being irresponsible and that you're not, this is not good judgment or good wisdom or this. Now some things, like, again, there's balance in all things, right? And so sometimes it's good because it does keep you from going rogue.
Yeah, fair.
Yes, but to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And to your point, surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
And I think that that's also part of what I'm getting better at doing, is realizing that there's going to be certain people in your life that are always going to be like naysayers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or that are all, and they, they mean well, I'm sure, whatever. It's just, that's just how they are.
Right.
Nothing is going to work but
nothing
this.
Except for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if I have a dream or I have something that's kind of out of the box or whatever, I'm probably not going to bring that to you because I don't want you to rain on my parade.
Yeah.
But I do know that I have certain people in my life who are going to be balanced, who are going to tell me, hey, these are all the reasons it could work, and I think it's awesome, and that I admire you and think you're brave and awesome, and try that.
Yeah.
While you're working towards it, just consider these things. Not that these things are the
no's, but things that
just
put in your thought process.
Right. Just put this in your thought process.
Yeah.
So that when you do the thing that you're going to do or that you want to do, you've done it with the most wisdom as possible.
Absolutely.
But don't do the thing you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which I think is a difference. There's people who can talk to you and they are literally crapping on your dreams. That they are legitimately like, this is
We
stupid.
all know one of those people.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is whack. You're dumb.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
And then there's people that are like, awesome. Okay. If you're going to join the circus, do they have an insurance plan?
What's their medical benefits?
Yeah, can you pay for this?
Do they have
Cobra?
dental?
Right? So it's not don't join the circus. You're not going to have insurance.
Yeah.
It's, join the circus, but how can you join the circus and do this?
Yeah.
And I think that's how we need to look at ourselves, but those are the kind of, and that's how we need to look at other people and their dreams.
Yeah.
So that we don't become their they.
Absolutely.
And that's, and that we can start freeing people.
Yeah. Because there's a difference between being the negative Nancy and there's a difference between being just a yes man, right? Like, 'cause there's also those friends, right? They're like, I'm going to jump out of the airplane without a parachute on my back. And they're like, yeah, do it. And you're like, I feel like that's not good. There's a difference,
True story.
True story. I think those true people that it's not about an opinion are those that give you the whole package, right? Like a little bit of everything and give you that, hey, I support you 110%, but not even but, that's the worst word. I hate but, because that puts a negative spin on it. Yeah.
Everything after that
is just done.
However,
no, I mean,
or
just
in conjunction.
Yeah. Have you thought about this?
addition.
Those good people in your life or those good friends are going to be like, have you thought about this too?
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to work this out, or what are you going to do here? Or is this a solution? I even think that might be a stretch. I don't know.
What might be a stretch?
No. I mean, as far as like being too much in the wrong direction of like stopping you from doing what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, if you came to me with a crazy ass statement, like I'm going to jump out of a plane without a parachute, I'm going to be like, Yeah, no. That's
you
a
want to die?
That's a no-go.
We might have different conversations.
We're gonna,
Be like,
yeah.
well, do you want to? Is
So
there
give
something...
me a for instance so that I can like give me something.
Well, that's what I said. The thing about the circus.
Okay.
So like seriously, if I say I want to join the circus, then people will be like, yo, that's kind of crazy that you want to join the circus, right? But is that impossible? I mean, somebody's in the circus.
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
people who are actively in the circus, so it's working for somebody. That's not an impossible thing. Okay. So here becomes the second part of that. All right, but you have kids and you have a lifestyle, you have a mortgage. That's reality. Like those are facts.
Yeah.
So how do we mesh those things?
Yeah.
And I think that that's the point, is that not saying that you can't do what you want to do, but also take care of, like you can dream, but you can't dream so far that your reality has now disappeared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how do we bring those two things together? What is your plan for that?
Yeah.
And so not telling you that you can't do it. If you come to me and say, I want to join the circus, I'm selling everything and I'm leaving, I'd be like, whoa, well, okay. First of all, that's awesome that you want to join the circus. Like, what's your act going to be? Like, there's costumes?
I'm just going to stand there.
Yeah,
no, I get it.
No, that's weird. But
That
I'm going to be excited. I'm like, are there costumes? Do you know how to stretch? Because I feel like there's like a lot of like leg lifts and things or something. Like,
what are we doing?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of circus acts that you could participate in. Can you balance on your toes?
Potentially.
Okay.
No. Anyway,
see?
continue.
Yeah. Just throwing that out there. But on the flip side of that, you do have some children.
Let me.
So
okay,
does the circus have insurance?
So let's say I wanted to quit my job.
Okay.
And I wanted to pursue, because this is
like your own business.
I'll even go to like a real place that I've been. Like say I want to go do a different profession, but it's going to require me to quit my job and go back to school full time.
Yeah.
I come to you with that.
Yeah.
And what do you tell me?
I say F and do it.
Okay. But what are the questions that you wanted to ask?
The
like,
questions
how
are you going to pay your bills in the meantime?
Right. Yeah.
So have you thought about, like, is there, are there loans? Are you going to, is there maybe some, like, or can your parents chip in and help you?
Yeah.
Or are there, like, financial, like, grants or any scholarships or things like that you can do in the meantime? So my thing is to try to help problem solve.
To get to that dream.
Space, to help you get to that space. Not to go... You realize you got a mortgage, right?
Yeah.
That don't even make no sense.
Yeah.
Now is not the time for that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My thing is awesome.
Yeah.
How do we make that happen?
Yeah.
Right? So my advice would be, don't pull that plug until you have those things in place.
Right.
But not ever don't pull that plug. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just use wisdom about how you make that move. But 1,000% move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Move how you want to move.
Hey, look, so I'm quitting my job and I'm going back to school full time.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, is this really happening?
Could you imagine?
Look.
Wait, this was all a test.
Look, wait a minute, look. I'm out of frame. I'm sliding out of this frame.
No, but I mean, that's kept me, because that is a legitimate dream that I had. That has kept me, because everybody else has been not like the opinions of what would everybody think if I just quit my job, that has so much of a foundation of what am I trying to say here? Stability. Yeah, I was trying to say solid at the same time. It was not going well.
Begins with
so there's a lot of stability in having a job that pays for the mortgage, that covers the medical insurance, blah, blah. But there's 16 ways to do one thing.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what has kept me in that space.
Point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of the point. And here's the thing. And that's the part about the wisdom.
Yeah.
So if you said, I'm quitting, and I've already put my 2 weeks notice in, and I go, oh, okay, great. What about this? And you're like, I don't know, winging it. And I go, what about this? I don't know, winging it. Well, you haven't used good wisdom, right? You're ridiculous.
Okay.
So it's not about the opinions of others in that case. It's that you, pursue your dream. But I mean, come on. Like, let's put some thought behind it. Because there are realities that we need to face.
Yeah.
So, people tend to take things as an extreme.
Yeah.
And they want to cliche everything. And they go, I'm not living for the opinions of others. I'm doing what I want to do. And doing what I want to do turns into just irresponsible, reckless behavior.
Right.
And that's not the goal.
Right. And there's a difference between being selfish
Yeah.
and being in a space that you're also thinking about everybody else that may potentially be in your life. It's different if I was single, no kids, no nothing.
Right.
Then of course I can do whatever the hell I want, but at the end of the day, I do have to consider other people in my life.
Because made the decision to have those people in your life. Yeah. So that's not really their fault.
No, it's not theirs. Not their fault.
And so I think that's a very different, because again, people go, well, isn't that kind of living for the opinions of others?
No.
But the answer is no. Because you brought that on yourself.
Yeah.
Like you created that situation where you had kids and the spouse and the whatever.
Yeah.
So you said that that's what you wanted.
Right.
That you wanted to live that life.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't want to live that life and you got there because of the opinions of, again, because I'm supposed to get married, I'm supposed to have kids, and I'm supposed to this, then you had a whole other level of honesty about some things that you needed to work through.
Yeah.
I didn't really want these kids.
I was just kidding.
And I didn't really want this marriage.
I was just kidding.
Awkward.
This got out of hand.
Listen, I don't suggest you do that at COVID Christmas.
This got out of hand. Yeah, things not to say.
This has already been a crazy year. I figure I'm just going to make it crazier.
Hold on to that.
I really don't want to be here with you guys.
Merry Christmas.
COVID has solidified.
Yeah.
I don't really want to be here with you. You know what else I just realized? I have completely lost the bet about this volume.
Yeah. Oh, within the first few minutes, friend. Yeah.
Well, I was just living for your opinion anyway. I didn't really want my volume to be low anyway. I'm just living for your opinion.
Look, she actually got closer to the mic. She was like, I'm one with the mic. She said, I cannot. That was amazing. Good segue. It only took 46 minutes. It's amazing. Full circle.
Back to the beginning. Woo. Oh my God, that is
stuff.
Fantastic. So anyway, what's your takeaway?
Motivation.
Yeah, what's your motivation? What's your takeaway in this?
Well, I clearly got my epiphany and my moment of motivation like 12 minutes in.
Okay. Well,
I think that
you were ready to end the episode.
I was done. I was leaving. I was out. I think that when we... So, just for clarity's sake, we didn't decide on this topic until about 26 seconds before this episode. So, in thinking about it and hearing your stuff with going through it with your son and everything else, and then just talking about my experience with my, educational stuff, and just that is what I'm walking away with. That is motivation to have a really hard conversation, not only with myself, to go, hey, stupid, like. You're worried about the opinion of others based on what your son potentially does not want to do.
Right.
And that's not fair.
Yeah.
Because that's what was done to you.
Yep.
And so my motivation is to take that for what it's worth and apply that to your own life and your own situation and anything that you're struggling with or walking in as far as a decision or a big decision, whether it's for you or for your family, and look at it from that perspective, because at the end of the day, I just want to be happy, and I want to be happy, and I want my family to be happy, and I don't give up about what other people have to say about that at the end of all of this. So that's my motivation. Okay. Yeah.
So my motivation is that I think obviously all the things that you say, I 100% agree with that. My motivation is that I think again, and I said it before, is starting with a place of honesty with yourself and really examining the decisions that you're making and why you are making those decisions, whether they're big or small, because literally the opinions of others can truly affect so many things. They can affect how we wear our hair, the clothes that we wear, the music that we listen to, the activities that we indulge in or enjoy or whatever, or abstain from, like all of these things. And when you find and you go, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Does this feel good or natural? If this is kind of like are you finding yourself being frustrated or resentful or tired or whatever around it? Why am I doing this? Is this what I really want? No, actually, I'm doing this because
not.
All these fools are doing it. Or I want to fit in, or I want to belong, or whatever. And stopping. Now, again, there is balance in all things, right? And there's something to be said about living harmoniously with other people and being able to, you know what I mean? But there's also something about being yourself. That's why you were created. Each and every one of us were created with our own skills, talents, abilities, perspectives, experiences, everything, all of that, in order to bring a certain thing to the table. If you're not bringing your thing to the table, then who is? Right?
Yeah.
And who is? You're just being an addition of somebody else's thing.
Yeah.
Now we got 5 of the same thing on the table, which is stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't need 5 of the same thing on the table. It's not a balanced meal.
No.
Right? If everybody's a vegetable, and it's in my head because we were
that
singing
thing.
Michael Jackson.
My bad.
If this is a buffet.
That's a buffet.
Also from is a buffet. You're a vegetable. Maybe this is what he was talking about. This is so weird. We're having another epiphany. But if this is a buffet and we're all vegetables, how boring is this buffet?
Yeah.
Right? So be the freaking
Be the meat.
meat. Be the potatoes.
Be the fillet. Be the salmon.
Rolls, be the carbs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Be the rice
something
pilaf.
else. Yes, the rice pilaf.
God, I'm hungry.
I actually do like a good rice pilaf.
Oh my God,
I
I'm
do.
starving.
Not gonna lie.
Anyway.
Be the salsa and chips.
Yeah. Be the dip.
Be spicy.
Be spicy.
Do something else though.
Yeah.
And be good and comfortable in that and realizing that that's what you were created for and there's nothing wrong with that. And surround yourself with people who are going to encourage and inspire you to do that, who are trying to live in that place themselves. Because it's hard. It's a daily.
Yeah.
I don't care how enlightened you think you are, and that's why I said I'm speaking from experience right now. I'm in that space right now.
Yeah.
And I know all the things that I'm saying to all of you.
Yeah.
Right? And I still have to tell and remind myself of that because it's very easy to slip into that space. We are like herd animals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's what we are. Society is like a herd.
Sheeple.
Sheeple. The people are sheeple.
Yeah.
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 And breaking away from the pack is kind of hard.
Yeah.
But I think it's necessary
doable.
to do the things that we need to do. And those are the people that change things.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
The
Like, those
shakers
are
and the movers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the people that change things. It's a small group of individuals, but those are the ones that create all the difference, all the beauty, the creative, the music and the art and the social change and the standards and the qualities of life, the things that we are then enjoying and living through, that came from somebody who was willing to do something different to go against the opinions of they.
Yeah.
So you be that person.
Yeah.
I be that person.
I'll
You
be that person. Yeah.
We'll be those people.
We'll be those people together.
And then we'll be, all kinds of stuff. Could
All
you
sorts.
imagine?
No. Yes, actually. Yeah, I can.
There'd be all kind of wild stuff coming out.
Yeah.
You be seeing sides of people, you be like, holy what?
Where did that come
from?
from?
Right, you wanted to do that all this time?
And you see that every day in
Yeah.
just genuine conversation with people. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's something that...
Like, really?
What?
You do what?
Yeah.
You want to do what? You have an interest in
But you're
what?
doing this. Why are you doing
Yeah.
this?
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
because the theys
Because
got me.
I have to.
The theys got
The
me.
theys got me.
Get rid of the damn theys.
Oh,
That's the
man.
biggest thing. That's the takeaway. Get rid of the theys.
Get away from the theys.
Oh, God.
Not wise.
Okay.
Cool. I'm full.
Right.
I'm full up.
I'm about to slide out this chair. I'm tired.
Look.
That really
Okay,
took a lot out of me.
bye.
Yeah, that really took a lot out of me. Okay, so we hope that you are inspired and encouraged to start examining who the theys are in your life and where some of your decision-making processes are really stemming from, and to try to really work to get free from that. Be intentional about being free from the opinions of others. Live your life the way that you want it, so that you can be fulfilled in your purpose and in your journey. That's what this is all about.
Absolutely.
It's yours and yours alone.
Yes and amen.
Look at God. Won't he do it? Yes
Telling
and
you.
amen.
Telling you.
Won't
Telling
he,
you.
won't he, won't. This
Telling
episode
you.
came together like
Telling
like
you.
finger snaps and hand claps.
Serendipity, my friend. Yes
Finger
and
snaps
amen.
and hand claps.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep,
Well, there
that's
it
that.
is. You guys have a wonderful week. We love you. We'll see you. Please
Don't-
follow
yep,
us on all
follow,
of our social media.
like.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not already. Come on, lock it up. Get it together. Lock it up. Okay. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram,
All the
Twitter.
other ones. I
All
don't
the other
know.
ones.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to necessarily see our beautiful faces, which I cannot imagine why, please listen to us on all of your podcasting. That's iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, Google Play, which is now YouTube Music.
There's a lot.
iTunes, all Podbean. There's so many options.
All of them.
Seriously, tune us in. We love you. We'll
Yep.
see you guys later. Have a great week.
Bye.